people are wanting to get in the best shape of their life. And so what happens with a lot of people is that they don't move forward in their goals and dreams, or they just move a little inch by inch. And the reason why is because we have been fed so many different lies about being healthy, and that's so difficult. And we have all these old programs and blueprints that, we have to diet and we have to do this and this and this. Whereas the more we start to, number one, reshape and reframe our mind to getting excited about getting set up on a new workout program and fitness eating lifestyle, then we are going to see better and quicker results, because we don't need to restrict ourselves. We don't need to have resistance within, getting in the best shape of our life. We don't need to diet. I don't believe in dieting. I have never dieted. I don't ever teach that, because I don't believe that that's something that we need to do. I do, however, believe in incorporating a healthy lifestyle. And here, I'm going to tell you a little secret that probably nobody's told you before, but what this is very important for you to listen up. Now, when you start to reshape, reorganize your mind in the sense of getting excited about being healthy and really pumping yourself up in a way that that when you're eating healthy, it feels good. You start to change every aspect of your life. When you start to feel good, you start to sleep better. You start to move your body. You start to see different shifts and changes within your body. Your hormones start to level out. Then you start to, reconnect with yourself, because remember, like I just said, that we are a whole spectrum of wellness. It's not just one thing. It's just not a diet. It's just not, here is a fitness program. It is connecting with yourself. It is eating properly. It is moving your body. It is getting out into sunshine. Yes, sunshine. The sun, the giver of life, getting out there. It is very critical and important. I can't even believe the brainwashing that's been going on this day and age of that the sun is bad. The sun is the giver of life. That is what is going to nourish your body, your inside of your body, your soul, everything. It is going to make you alive. We need the sun. And so when we start to incorporate all these things and to reshape our mind, we start to get excited about things, and we start to realize that the things that, no longer serves us in our life are not as important. And so this is the secret. This is the secret, you guys, is that the more on the health journey that you decide to get into, and realizing that you can do this with ease because it feels right, and the more you connect with yourself, you start to eat intuitively. And every person, I say not one diet fits all, but I'm here to say for all people that, the things that are poisonous and non-food don't need to be in our life. And so those things will fall by the wayside. We'll start to create healthier versions of the things that we enjoy, and that all of those things over time will drop by the wayside. So getting set up and just creating a diet like people used to do and just going full bore into that is too much for most people. We don't need to do that. We need to take our mind, reshape, reframe our mind, start to get excited, start to see ourselves from the end result. We start to connect with ourselves through nature, through all those things. We start to implement healthy things into our life. And then we start to allow the other things to drop away as we bring in more healthier things. And so many people don't give themselves that opportunity to do that. What they're doing is in the diet mentality. You don't want to do that anymore. You don't want to be there. You don't want to be in that old paradigm, because that doesn't work. We know that doesn't work. We know deprivation doesn't work. But here's the thing. Over 25 years of me living this healthy lifestyle, I rarely crave junk food. I am a little odd duck in this sense. I never go to fast foods. I never have. And when I was 11 years old, I was that weird child, I guess, that said to my parents, we only used to go to McDonald's like once a year because it was in a city far away from us. And I remember at 11, I said, this stuff is not healthy. I'm never eating it again. And from 11 on, I have never, ever eaten at McDonald's. And so as I grown older, and obviously at the age of 19, really diving deep into holistic nutrition and fitness and everything, I've never eaten at fast food restaurants. never has appealed to me. I have always been that person that has one of those little lunch kits that I will carry along with my friends. Even as like a late teenager or in my 20s, I was that person. And you know what? I didn't care that people were making fun of me or whatever, because what is there to make fun of that I am choosing to be healthy as opposed to eating the trash and the junk and the chemicals that are, involved at grabbing, stuff from the gas station or going to any of these fast food joints. That's okay. And I had a strong enough mind at that time and have over the years developed an even stronger mind to not care about that, because you know what, hindsight, why are they making fun of me? Because I am doing something that's outside the box. I'm doing something that is for me. I'm doing something that is elevating my life and keeping my body healthy and strong. Therefore, I think the underneath tone of their voice was a bit of jealousy, because how can you make fun of somebody for wanting to better themselves? That's what I have to think. You have to think about it in that way. And the reason why I want to point that out to you guys is because as you start this amazing journey of getting healthy, people are going to get uncomfortable with it. And I've talked about this in many of my videos, but it really deems reiterating, because a lot of people just decide to give up, or they're like, well, I don't want to be too strict. But is it strict if you're not craving it? If you're not craving it, is it strict? It's not strict. It's your decision to do something well for your body. It's the same as when I went gluten-free 20 some years ago, and I wasn't even diagnosed with celiac or anything. I knew that it was a massive disruption to my body. I knew that it was causing me to become depressed. I knew it was causing me to have massive anxiety. I knew it was a big component for chronic fatigue. And so I chose to not have it. And so that's back in the day, guys, when nobody was gluten-free, nobody. And so I just decided not to listen to anybody and just to do what I knew was best for myself. And so this is what I am advocating for you. You live the life that is best for you. So if you have a dream of becoming something and your family has a different dream for you, well, who's living with you your whole entire life till the day you die? You. So you need to do what is best for you, and only you know what is best for you. And so even if you're listening to me and you are 16 years old right now and you have all these goals and dreams that you want to aspire to be or do or have, then you have an internal guidance system that is guiding you. And there are so many other factors outside of us that are trying to dictate how we should or should not live our life. And a lot of the times we listen to that because we don't want to be outside the tribe. We don't want to cause, turbulence within our tribe of friends, family, work people, whatever. But we're the only person ultimately that is going to live with ourselves. And so I think that, there's a whole lot of layers why I think a lot of people are depressed and with anxiety. But that is one of the components, that people are not living their lives true to who they are and true to what they want. And so live your best life. And now you cannot live your best life if you're eating junk food and being unhealthy all the time, because nothing will ever compare to health. Nothing. If you don't have your health, who gives a crap if you have millions of dollars? If you are sick and in bed all the time, or if you're unhealthy and if you are so sad, or if you're angry at the world all the time or angry at whoever, and you are full of resentment and rage and guilt or shame or whatever, you're not going to live your healthy life. So by eating healthy, reshaping your mind, connecting with yourself, doing what feels right for you, going outside the box, living outside the box. Guys, I'm the black sheep. I'm not afraid to say that. I'm not afraid to live that, because now in my later 40s, where I see so many people struggling with so many addictions, struggling with anxiety and massive depression, and their health is declining at rapid rates, I'm the opposite. I am enjoying life. I am still every single year finding more and more things about myself that I ever knew, because I am still connecting to that deeper part of myself, because I feel like that's an ongoing process forever. We're always learning, we're always growing, unless you decide not to, right? And then you're just kind of staying in this place of, contempt, which isn't really good. Like I'm just okay. Or I don't want to make any moves. And then how happy are you? You're not. Life is this short, you guys, in the scheme of things. Years and years ago, my grandfather had said, life goes by at the blink of an eye. When I look through my eyes, I still feel like I'm that 18-year-old because that's still who I am when I'm looking through my eyes. And then I look in the mirror and I see an 80-year-old. And so that time goes like this. And I can tell you that is truth. When I think of myself as a 15-year-old, it literally was like yesterday. I have an incredible long-term memory, you guys. I remember things from when I was a year old very clearly, 2 years old, where I've had a really great childhood, and I have a very significant memory about that. And so it has gone by in a blink of an eye. You don't want to waste your life. Here's a little tactic you can use if you're feeling like, do I want to go for this or not? Whatever it is, your dreams, desires, and hopes, and whatever, or health-wise. You imagine yourself, like sit down and be real present with this, and imagine yourself and you are 89, 95, 100 years old. You're at the end of your life. And think about the things that you were too scared to accomplish when you were younger. Feel that out. Feel what you regret. Feel what you really wish you had have done, because it goes by so fast. So take that, because when you start to think about those things, you're like, oh yeah, like if I don't do this, I know that it's going to be tough to do this. It's going to take me a while to do this. But if I don't do this, I'm going to regret my life. I'm going to regret this aspect of my life big time. So I don't want that for you. I want you to have so much joy and appreciation for yourself, and knowing that, yeah, even though you had to go through hard situations and challenges, and you had to really work your mind and work through things that are tough, maybe for the next couple years, maybe for the next 5 years, but you're going to get there. And even if you don't get to the point that you think that you want to get to, you're going to be way farther ahead than you would have ever been if you just didn't do it at all. And the amount of growing and things that you're going to learn by even trying is incredible. Guys, I have failed so many times in my life, and I know the younger generations are so afraid to fail. They're just bed rotting for the most part. A lot of them, I'm not saying your kid is or you are if you're watching this and you're younger. I'm saying a lot of people, and I'm sure you know a lot of people that are. There are a lot of young people, a lot of parents. They're just on their phones. They're just bed rotting 24/7, like all the time. And they're not living any sort of life. Get out of your house. Go and get into nature right now. Go for a walk. Go for a run. Go for a sprint. Go to the gym. Get out and sit by a lake. Do something that's going to change your life today. Something. One step in the direction of whatever passion you have. I want you to do that. If you are used to drinking copious amounts of alcohol, don't drink tonight. Or drink this amount, like drink way less, 50% less. And then tomorrow 50% less. And then the day later, 75% less. And then 75% less. And then eventually stop. You can. There's so many modalities and places and people and things to help us in this day and age, to aid us in reframing and changing our life. So whether that's an addiction, whether that's you getting in shape, whether that's you changing and helping you to change your lifestyle with eating, there is so much help out there in these days. We have no excuses. All it takes is for you to make the decision. That's it. Decision, intention, and discipline. And action. Okay, 4 things. Those are the things. Will you do that? And I swear to you guys, your life is going to change. I love you, and I want you to have a better life. So that is my inspiration talk for this Monday. I'll talk to you soon.